Many members of the 38th Street Gang were rounded up as suspects.
And there were the people from 38th Street that got arrested, and women as well.
Wow.
A lot of them that were the Black Widows from 38, which were females.
In 1944, every conviction was reversed on appeal. But before that, the case created a series of battles involving many Mexican Americans, LA law enforcement, and U.S. servicemen. The wartime Zoot Suit riots saw race wars between sailors and almost any Mexican American wearing stylish and attention-getting fashion. It was all a lot of commotion that men like Fernando wanted to avoid. He and his brothers weren't looking to jump into the fray.
We didn't want to do that. We wanted to do something positive.
And by doing something positive, Fernando and his brothers created the Dukes, now boasting many proud members and many classic cars.
You know, they're so old, but yet so beautiful, and I love it.
Many cars found in the Dukes carry a certain mystique.
It's got that gangster look to it, you know?
This is a car club, and it takes cars to keep it going.
My mom and dad kind of got married in a car like this when they were young.
Okay, it's time for Vita to check out some killer rides.
So this is Jake, and this is his beautiful car. Jake, tell me a little bit about your car. What year? What kind of car?
This is a 1942 Chevy
Okay.
Fleet Line Special Deluxe. Pretty rare because they were built during the war, and pretty rare to find now, especially in this condition.
Yeah, the interior looks great.
Fernando says that a lot of these cars represent something quite important, because back when the club started, there were many racial barriers that needed to be broken.
Pick me up.
And I can say that among a lot of the families, the Relas family was the first ones to go into white dominant car shows and win, because we had the cars.
They didn't just have the cars, they had the rare cars.
So Andy, tell me a little bit about your car.
Well, this is a 1951 Hudson Hornet.
It was love at first sight.
First sight, yeah.
Do you have a story about how we found this car? Was it hard to find?
You know, I went to a junkyard one time. We were in the junkyard in Sun Valley, and I happened to come across a car rare. I opened the door, and it's, what is it, a Hudson? So I got stuck with that.
Back in the early days, the Ruelas brothers turned damaged rides into drivable vehicles. Soon, they had more cars than the neighborhood dealership.
If some of these guys would wreck one of their cars, we would ask them, hey, what are you going to do with that car? You know, and they'll go, well, I'll sell it to you. How much? $15. We'll buy that car. Then the family will go right on and, you know, work on it. The following week, we were driving it, our family, and they were walking.
We all at one time owned 30, 40 cars. When you come to Latinos, raised up in a poor neighborhood and poor, it was kind of rare.
Us, you know, we were hustlers. The whole family was hustlers. We would call ourselves young hustlers.
And quite proudly, they're still hustling. But just wait until you see some of the amazing cars they're driving today. Coming up, he has one very rare car. In fact, in the world of low riding, it's something you just won't believe.
And a lot of people say, he does?
I took a lot of slack from other people.
I think I want to ride on that one.
As an automotive organization, the Dukes doesn't just have a great history, it also has everything you'd want in a truly great car club.
No other car clubs have what the Dukes have as far as the name and the recognition of the Dukes.
What separates the Dukes from the other car clubs?
We always had a unique style of lowriding in cars, and we put that in the forefront. And of course, we had no idea of what the magnitude was going to be today because we're car people. We love cars.
Everyone knows about the Dukes classic box, but it's not just American cars in this club.
Vita's right. If you look over here, you'll find a rare visitor.
1956 Jaguar XK140MC.
I think I want to ride on that one.
And the reason it's called XK140 because they wanted to produce a 140-mile-an-hour car in '56. I wanted the Dukes to be a variation of all different type of cars, but with the lowrider blend on top. And you know, we're just kind of people that we just love cars, so we just like to do different things.
And the whole family gets a kick out of strangers asking, does he drive a Jaguar?
And a lot of people say, he does? And he looks at him, he's Latino. Yeah, he does. He does. Some of the rarest Jaguars.
This is called a 67 Mark 10, very luxury car. It's got dual gas tanks, big motor, power windows, air conditioning. It's got everything in the world and all that. This is a lot of car for his day and all that. And this is also a real fast car.
So what kind of car is this?
Oh, yes, this is a 1962 XKE. This is the very popular XKE that the predecessor, 1961, was the first 150-mile-an-hour car, okay? This is the very sexy automobile. I took a lot of slack from other people when I started bringing the classics and the exotic cars into the Dukes. But you want to know something? That was the right thing to do. And now I get praise from everybody for doing it.
During the years, I was approached by too many younger generation. Well, listen, what does it take to become Dukes and this and that? So then I opened up, opened up chapters, and I made it availability for the younger crowd with different years of cars to come in.
There's no shortage of variety here with the Dukes, and to prove it, Vita has a chat with a member who rolls in with one highly original ride.
I'm here with Jason, Fernando's first son, right?
That's correct.
And I see you have your car here, so you're bringing a different flavor to the Dukes. Tell me about your car a little.
I got this El Camino here. I got old cars as well. Something here with these newer cars is a lot of the people that couldn't deal with old cars come to something a little newer. This is an 80s car, something more affordable, you know, guys maybe more my age or a little younger.
And speaking of younger, we can't forget that a great car club is all about the future.
We have our children and their children, and this is what it is. It's a family thing. It's passed on from generation to generation, and hopefully they'll keep the legacy going.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the oldest car in the club. It's a ride with a lot of history.
That's the last time I drove this car, was to the funeral.
And later, the rules of Fernando Ruelas.
We do what we have to do to discipline them.